What you're about to see is my story. It's the story of my experiences in Aurora. I thought at first I'd abandon it, you know, just walk away. But in the end, I decided to go through with it, so here it is. It's my last film.
So what we're after, Kevin, is a feel-good doco, kind of like Heartland, but with more flair. Getting the guts of what's really going on in your role and getting a real feel for what it means to the people there.
That sounds cool.
In an in-your-face, fly-on-the-wall style, so it has a deconstructive quality. With Stuart, basically there the whole time filming you, although after a while you won't even notice him.
Nice, Stuart.
Heiko, I told you to tell the score. I know, schedule the next week. I haven't even seen the bloody thing. Kevin Smith.
G'day.
How are you?
Good.
So, Susan's been filling you in, has she?
Yeah.
We're really happy about this. It's going to be a good show. Really good show. Great to have someone with your profile on board. You'll get your shirt off, won't you? Good. Is this on?
Yeah, I thought we'd get it all from day one. The concept, the idea, give it a...
Off.
So we'll get all your responses on tape too, because the public's interested in Kevin Smith. What you think, how you feel about things.
Yeah, but the show's still about the shellfish, the gooey duck, eh?
Absolutely, it's all about the gooey duck.
And this new discovery, what makes it so valuable and what it's going to mean to the town.
Yeah, that is absolutely the handle. It is a feel-good story about a small town that's had some really good news, and, you know, it's really going to take off.
No, it's...
Stephen! So, it's a small crew, you and Stu, we'll keep in touch. Loved you in Once a Warriors, by the way.
Wasn't actually in Once a Warriors.
In the game I'm in, the entertainment industry, you can run into one or two phonies. But out here in the country, there's a warmth there. An honesty, a directness in people that we in the city seem to have lost. In a place like Ururoa, people still care for each other. And to me, that's what real New Zealand's all about. The New Zealand I love. And that's why I wanted to make this film.
Well, thanks very much, Dave. Appreciate taking time out of your busy day.
Well, that's okay. And listen, mate, anything you want, any assistance with anything at all, you name it, just ask me.
Cheers, Dave. Appreciate it.
Good on you. The whole town's really excited. Yep, it's going to do good things for Ururoa. And it's a big thing having someone of your calibre here, Kev, to make a film about us. You know, good documentary about the town that's out there, being seen. Yeah, it's going to make a difference. No doubt about it. Because you know we're without your profile, eh? Well, you ready? Do you want to roll camera or whatever you call it?
Yeah, okay. Cool. Stu, do you want to roll some tape? So, Dave, do you think the discovery of the amazing properties of this gooey duck will have a big impact on the town?
Yeah, for sure, Kev. Already the place is just booming. No, it's going to transform the town, no question.
How'd you get on?
Oh, yeah, good.
Decent size, eh?
Yeah, well, that's the usual size.
Okay. So what, are they pretty plentiful down there?
Oh, yeah, well, no one's ever taken much interest in them up to now.
So tell me, Bob, how much will these be worth?
We're getting $100 a kilo, and that's in the shell.
Amazing. Now, well, there it is, the gooey duck. Suddenly worth its weight in gold.
The gooey duck is a burrowing mollusk that lives 10 to 20 metres below the water line. It's normally found about a metre below the seabed, and this accounts for the long siphon which protrudes above the seabed and enables the gooey duck to flush water through its system along with the nutrients on which it lives. You know.
And is it only found in the waters off Ururoa?
Well, as far as we know, yes. Now, probably the key thing you need to know is that the gooey duck contains a hormone called luberin, and this enhances the rigidity of the penis during erection. It actually works in a similar way to the drug Viagra, and of course, like Viagra, it lengthens the period of the erection.
It's funny that it should work like that and look so
I'm sorry?
It looks like a penis.
Does it?
Today, I reckon.
So, Bob and Nolene, you're the only holders of the gooey duck quota.
That's right, yeah. Or we will be.
So you're sitting pretty, really.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Oh, it's great news for us. Up until this discovery about the gooey duck, it was just a little sideline for us. For the local market. There wasn't much demand for it at all, but because our main business is in craze.
Yeah.
But, oh, no, it's been marvellous.
Pretty good, all right.
Because it's been very tough, hasn't it, Bob?
It has. Been tough.
It's the break we needed, really. But, oh, it's been a gamble.
Bob, could I ask you, have you tried the gooey duck yourself?
Yeah. Yeah, I have, yeah.
Does it work?
I'll put it this way, when it comes to the bedroom, I've got no complaints.
Wow.
Nothing to be embarrassed about, Bob. Not in that department.
Oh, that's attractive. Yeah, now see, what we've got here is, this is your gooey, this is your tongue. Your gooey duck tongue.
It's like,
And we dry it, and then we shred it.
So you planning to smoke it?
No, it's a suppository. Hold down, Joe, and you can give me a hand, eh? No, I was just pulling a show, mate. Yeah.
That's good.
No, we've experimented, and this is the best way of taking it. Comes on pretty strongly. Oof. Right.
You have it?
Oh, yeah. If you could excuse me, excuse me for a minute. Jade, I've had another smoke.
Hey!
So, Dave, can you tell me about this?
Well, it's a statement, isn't it, Kev? You know, with this resource, this valuable resource available to us now, which is going to translate into a considerable increase in the local revenue of the town, the local economy, it only seemed fitting to erect this.
So, this is an exercise in promoting the image of Uraroa.
Yeah, that's right. It's an exercise in promoting the image of the town, Kev. Yep. You know, to put us on the map, like the lemon and pyro, bottle and pyro, and the carrot and alcuni. Yeah.
But it'd be fair to say, Dave, that not everyone's happy with the exploitation of the mollusk, are they?
Oh, you're talking about the greenies, aren't you? Well, they're always going to stick their oar in, aren't they? You're always going to get your knockers, the malcontented minority, or whatever you want to call them.
Well, it's going to stuff up the coastline, what they're planning. It's going to wreck the delicate balance of nature, you know, because this is one of the few stretches of New Zealand coastline still untouched.
Some people would say, why this fuss about a few shellfish?
The hoi-hoi is a unique part of the ecosystem. Every organism has its unique role in the natural order, and it just makes me sick that men think that the environment is just there to help them get their rocks off. And what we're saying to them, you know, is, why don't you just go and jack each other off and leave nature alone?
Gooey duck and chips, $48. I suppose I should give it a try. Well, here we go. Looks good.
You're brave, mate.
Sorry?
You're brave, mate. People normally give us a takeaway.
Odd. Do they not eat it here?
No, they don't, mate.
Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Well, really chewy. It's like soft rubber. It's like chewing a condom, you know? Not I've ever chewed it.
And I think the Prime Minister really has to understand that this is seriously damaging race relations in New Zealand and is opening up gaps. The Prime Minister must bring this minister into line or fire her.
Kia ora, good evening. A mid-air collision between an American spy-plane and a Chinese fighter aircraft plunged 2 single towers into a tailspin. The Chinese fighter crashed as the American plane...
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Clearly defied it in Parliament today. An apology is not an apology if within less than 5 minutes you've actually repeated the comment. But the word Holocaust is appropriate.
So this would pretty much be the standard reaction?
Yeah, well, I mean, that happens with some people. You know, gooey duck. Be pretty unpredictable sometimes, you know. There was this, the shepherd I know. Had a feed of it one day when he was out mustering. There was this one ewe in particular. Every time he saw her, he'd go, well, you know, aroused. Pretty little thing she was. Big eyes.
So this keeps happening every time you get the same...
Yeah. The object of your desire, you know, it might be a particular person or thing, and you get, you know, aroused.
Michelle, Peter, Roger over there standing out.
Yeah, mate.
Sorry,
Paul, me, yeah.
Paul here. And,
So Bob and Nolene, what's the story? Could you tell us why you asked us here today?
We've had a letter from the ministry. They say they're reviewing the allocation for the quota of the gooey duck.
But I thought you had the quota. I thought it was in the bag.
Yeah, well, that's what we all thought.
We've been given a provisional quota while Fisheries and Dock do their research.
Yeah, but you've got the catch history. The quota's yours as of a right.
it might just mean what it says, that they're reviewing the situation, and we'll get the quota once they've, done their reviewing.
So what do you plan to do now?
Well, we plan to find out what's going on.
There's a very strong reaction to the whole geoduck phenomenon. Everybody has an opinion, and it's a very emotional issue. Now, just behind me, we have a Christian group. They call themselves the Church of Christ the Abstainer. They have a community just to the north of here, and they believe that the gooey duck is a manifestation of the devil himself. Oh, here comes someone now.
I know you're keen to hear the Ministry's findings on the gooey duck, so I won't hold up proceedings any longer, all right? Cyril Forsyth is here to represent the Ministry of Fisheries.
Thanks, everyone. There is a need for a properly structured and responsible organisation to manage this. assessment of all the options, and the most favourable scenario was a company with a good record and long experience in commercial shellfish harvesting. Which is why the decision has been made to grant the quota for the gooey duck to Marlin Fisheries.
The gooey duck for years.
No, there will be time for questions later.
We demand our quota.
Down. Look, we're not going to get anywhere shouting at one another. This is a big surprise to us all.
That's bullshit! You had prior knowledge of this.
That hurts. Roger, you know me better than that. We went to school together.
Yeah, you were a prick then and you're still a prick now. Get out of here!
Look, I knew nothing about this, but that's not to say I don't think it's a good thing.
You're just a story for big business.
Oh, no, Lee.
You sold us out with the mill, and now you're doing it again.
Settle down. Everybody, just settle down, please. Now, Rod Umber is here to speak to us, and he's the Managing Director of Marlin Fisheries. Please hear him out. Please.
As you can see, tensions are running high in Uraroa. These people are agreeing.
Stop raping our mothers! The cottage! Gooey duck! Get off the stage!
These people are extremely inflamed.
Excuse me, Bob, Nolene. Can I ask how you felt about what happened to me?
We just want to get back home, all right?
It's a total disgrace. We've been completely shafted. That quota is ours.
Come with me. Come. All right, then. What a comment.
Calm down.
We feel bloody hard done by.
That lot of good you did.
Hey, what the hell can I do?
Stand up for yourself instead of leaving it all to me.
Come on, they're not going to listen to us.
You're a bloody washout.
Don't talk to me like that. I'm your husband, for Christ's sake. Got the footage you needed, did you? Pardon?
You TV news people are the same. You turn up and you stir the shit. Well, I hope you're bloody satisfied. And another thing, you're in this way over your head. Calls will be made. Don't you worry about that.
I'm sorry, and who exactly are you going to call?
Oh, I didn't say I was going to make the calls, but the calls will be made. Certain people, certain influential people will hear about this, Mr. Smith. Don't you bloody worry about that.
I'm just gobsmacked, you know. I mean, I just can't believe it. And I just want to say one thing. Bob, Nolene, you can count on our unconditional support here, right? You've been done in the eye. We're not going to sit by and see good mates get ripped off like that.
Thanks, Roger.
I tell you what, folks around here, we're nothing if not battlers, eh? We're not going to take this line down, no, sir. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. Bob and Nolene, obviously this is a devastating outcome. Is there anything you can do?
We're not going to take this sitting down. We've got the support of the local community.
We're going to make this a public issue. Take it to the top, or wherever it has to go.
You can't just let them take what's yours. You've got to fight for what's right.
It's not on, eh? No, it's just not right, mate. I got to tell you, it's not turning out how I thought it would either.
I just can't believe it. You know, I mean, I just can't believe it. I got to tell you, it's not right, mate. I got to tell you, it's not turning out how I thought it would either. I just can't believe it. You know, I mean, I just can't believe it. I got to tell you, it's not turning out how I thought it would either.
I suppose the good thing is they've got the community behind them. And once these people dig their heels in, they're pretty hard to move. I tell you, I reckon we're going to see some... Just a sec, mate. Hold on here. Oh, g'day, Suze. How's it going? Yeah, and I just... Who? Sorry, mate. Crap signal out here. Yeah, just a minute. Can't hear you. When was this? Yeah, I know the brief was a lot softer, but I thought I was handling it in a sense. Yeah, no, I thought it was sensitive. No? No, that's cool. I mean, that's what we talked about all along. Yep, no problem. Much softer. Okay. No, it's cool, it's cool. My fault. Okay. Apparently they've been getting calls from the mayor and some councillors. What they wanted was a people-friendly and non-confrontational documentary. So I guess from now on, it's kid gloves, eh, Stu?
Oh, over here, Kip. Slap that on you. We're already employing over 20 people from the local community. How's it going there, Lance? Good, good. We're processing several thousand a day. That's the kind of productivity, the kind of efficiency that's essential in today's commercial environment. You see, Kevin, the day of a small operator is well and truly over. You need the volume of product and the access to international markets if you really want to make a go with a venture like this. Kia ora, Jenny. It's impressive, isn't it?
Is this what you used to dredge them up?
Yes, it is, Kev. We had a jolly good look at this one, Kev. Our research has shown it's the most efficient and eco-friendly method of harvesting the gooey duck.
But that must decimate the shellfish beds.
Not at all. In fact, the gooey duck needs to be harvested regularly, otherwise the population grows too old and atrophies.
But surely they've been getting on fine by themselves for the last few million years without being dredged, haven't they?
It's a complex issue. What's needed is an optimum growth strategy which ensures a sustainable harvest while at the same time safeguarding the environmental factors. Back to the grindstone. Just sing out.
So Bob, Nolene, have you made any progress in your efforts to get your quota back?
Suddenly no one's talking to us. We thought we could depend on local support.
No one's answering our calls.
What do you think that'd be?
I've got an idea.
You have?
Yeah, I do.
What idea would that be, Bob?
Marlin Fisheries have made a big donation to the rugby club.
And do you think that's got something to do with it?
Rugby's big round here.
Isn't it? Excuse me, Roger. Hi. Kev Smith, we met the other day. I just wanted to ask you where you stood on Bob and Nolene and the gooey duck quota.
No, mate. I don't want to comment on that.
Oh, really? Because when we spoke earlier, you seemed very supportive.
Yeah, that's right. But, you know, I've had time to look at the bigger picture. You know, I've had a chance to listen to both sides of the argument, and I think Marlin have a good case for having the quota.
Would that be because Marlin have made a substantial contribution to the Ururoa Rugby Club?
Listen, mate, that has got nothing to do with it, OK? Leave it out.
Look, I'm just saying, as president of the rugby club, you've got to be happy with that.
Well, yeah. Coincidentally, I am. I'm really happy, you know. We're not a wealthy club, and It costs a lot of money for the kiddies to participate in the provincial matches, you know. But that's got nothing to do with where I stand on the quota issue, all right? And I'd just like to say that I think Bob and Nolene should stop being so selfish and realise there are other people involved here, okay? That's all.
What are you going to do now, Bob?
I'll get a find her.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Hi.
Kia ora.
I was wondering, could we please speak to the chairman?
The chairman? No, you mean the trustee. It's Mr. Kutu.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You're Kevin Smith, right?
Yeah, that's
I
right.
thought you were great in Once Were Warriors.
Well,
hey,
actually,
listen, Matt's actually busy right now. She's come back from a 6-month trip overseas. But I'll see if he's free.
Thank you.
Mr. Kutu, there's a gentleman here to see you. Kevin Smith, the actor.
Show him in, Cindy.
Please, go through.
Thank you. Hello, Mr. Kutu. Kevin Smith.
Tenakwe. So, what can I do for you?
First of all, thanks for agreeing to see us at such short notice.
We have an open door policy here, Kevin. Though you'll have to be quick because I'm about to jump on a flight to Wellington.
I wanted to ask you a few questions about the gooey duck, get a Māori perspective.
Sure. So, the gooey duck. What is that, a native duck?
No, it's a shellfish, only found locally in the waters off Ururoa. Recently, it's been discovered it has properties that make it very valuable. And a local couple, Bob and Nolene Fife, have been harvesting them. In fact, you may know Nolene. She's a member of the local iwi.
The Fifes? Of course.
They haven't been awarded the quota for the gooey duck. The government has given that to Marlin Fisheries. And seeing as Nolene is a member of the local iwi, we were wondering what you were planning to do on their behalf.
Mr. Kutu, your taxi's here.
Sorry about this, mate.
No worries.
You say this is valuable, this shellfish?
Yeah, extremely. So as you can see, Bob and Nolene have effectively lost their livelihood.
So, I'll tell you what then. I'm back in Ururoa next week, so I'll make some inquiries and see what can be done.
That'd be great. Hey, thanks.
Kei te pai.
Cheers.
He's in the shed. You try talking to him, he won't talk to me. He's just not facing reality. The bank wants to see him about mortgage payments. Bob, listen to me. You pull yourself together. You can't just stick your head in the sand.
How long's he been in there?
2 days. I don't know what he's doing in there. Well, actually, I do. He's running away. Bob, I've just about had enough of this. If you carry on like this, I won't be here when you come out. I'm warning you. No good. I've tried everything. I'm at my wit's end.
Hey, Bob. You right in there, mate?
It's just bullshit. I mean, really, man, a man's being destroyed. I'm talking about someone's life being ruined. No, I just... Personally, I just really feel sickened by it. I mean, what the hell's going on here? Oh, thanks. Kia ora, bro. I'm here to interview right umbers.
Can't come in here. This is Maryland.
Seems like we've struck a bit of a...
What the hell's going on here?
Back off, bro. It's not all money you need, bro.
I own this land, and you guys are trespassing. All right? Okay? We'll see what the police have to say.
As you can see, things have...
Just get them off my property.
It's not that simple, sir.
It is that simple. It's trespass, and they're breaking the law, and you do your job.
It's a sensitive situation, and we don't want things to deteriorate.
You're just going to let them get away with this? I'm losing money hand over fist here, Sergeant.
I'm sorry, sir. We have orders not to intervene.
Unbelievable. Oh, yeah. Kevin Smith. Might have known you'd be here.
I just came here to interview you.
Yeah, save it, right? Save all the crap for your viewers. I'll see a lot of you in court.
Matt wants to talk to you, bro.
So, we want to put across our perspective, ne? The Māori perspective.
Okay, sure.
Te Whewhe is a taonga that belongs to us, the tangata whenua. That's why we took the steps we did, to repossess our taonga.
Okay, but with all due respect, when I spoke to you about this earlier, you didn't seem to know anything about the gooey duck.
We don't know it by that name. If you'd have called it by its true name, Te Whewhe, well, what you were saying would have made some sense.
Well, I'm sorry for that. So Bob and Nolene, how's this going to help them in their case for the gooey duck quota?
We don't recognise that oppressive Pākehā system that's penalised our people and alienated us from our traditional food source. We're doing this for all our iwi. We don't just act for one, we act for all. You know, you Pākehā think you've made some big scientific discovery. Hey, we were eating the whewhe since before you fellas even knew the meaning of aphrodisiac. You see, this is how they carried the whewhe, attached to the belt.
This is gooey duck.
By threading it to the belt, see?
But surely that's his penis, his
He's got a bloody cheek.
No, I'm just saying.
I think you know more about my culture than me. Where do you guys get off, eh? You journalists?
See, I'm not actually a journalist.
Us Māori are sick to death of you Pākehā trying to speak for us.
Okay, see, if you touch me, I will press charges.
Stealing our identity.
You right there?
The hoi hoi. That's what we call it. I hadn't had it for years. I used to die for it when I was much younger. Of course, we didn't have scuba or anything like that in those days. Just a big pair of lungs there, so you can hold your breath.
Look, I think this is more about Richard Preble than anything else. That's an old trick, Jane. If I was in trouble, I'd try and divert it. The Prime Minister does.
Feeling all right, Kevin?
It's quite natural that Richard Preble,
Yeah, I'm good.
You look a bit pale.
He says
No.
conference with all the proof he needed to show changing
Oh,
leaders is not on National's agenda.
For yourself, did you find hoi hoi had the beneficial effects which everyone claimed?
The hoi hoi is a pretty potent force. Has to be used carefully.
Look, honestly, mate, before you say anything, if there've been complaints, and still back me up on this, I made what I thought was an offensive remark to Matt Kutu, and he just goes ballistic on me. Now, I know you wanted a feel-good show.
Oh, fuck feel good. We're going to news. Okay, we've got some research people doing digging on Marlin fisheries. See if there's anything we can throw at them. It's great material. It's a small town torn apart by fight over valuable resource. Multinational company versus Murray Trust. It's got everything. We're talking prime time.
Oh, that's fantastic, because we can get some publicity for Bob and Nolan's
Exactly.
situation. You all right?
The little person squashed by commercial and political forces. You know, we'll stay in on Bob and Nolan and get the human consequences of what really is going on here.
No, mate, that's fantastic.
That's Nolene. She's leaving.
Nolene, you all right?
Closed up completely. He's just gone into a shell and he just won't talk to anyone. He spends all day in the shed. It's too late, Bob. Just don't say anything, all right? The time for talking's over and I just need to get away for a while.
All right, Stuart, come with me. Staying close on Bob. Kevin.
Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob, you okay, mate?
I don't think he wants to talk.
Yeah, well, that's no good to us. Look, we need the human response. Try and get him out of himself, ask him how he's feeling, try and get some real tears.
No, I don't know, Suze.
Oh, for Christ's sake, Stu. Hey, Bob. You must be feeling pretty emotional, huh? You've had your quota stolen off you, your wife's just left you. Would you like to tell us how you're feeling?
I think we better leave him, Suze.
Talk about trying to get blood out of a stone.
The man is depressed.
If you ask me, he's retarded. Thanks, Ross. You're a bloody hero. We've got him. The fisheries guy, the guy that gave the quota to Marlin, is a shareholder.
What?
He's a shareholder. It's going to be the best thing since the wine box inquiry.
It's the Treaty Waitangi in action. That's it in a nutshell. Dave, how you
Sir,
going?
I'm sorry about this. Excuse me, Mr. Forsyth. You have your share interest in Marlin Fisheries. Isn't your allocation of the geoduck quota to Marlin, isn't that a conflict of interest?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Are you or are you not a major shareholder in Marlin Fisheries?
I don't see that that has any relevance at all to today's proceedings.
Look, could you just answer the question? I think the people have a right to know. You have a right. Hey, mate! Is there a gun in your pocket? He's got a gun!
Completely ruined my career. I have to go to Australia. Some history in New Zealand. Yes, I feel resentful. I feel very resentful. This is supposed to be my big break. I am finished in television now. He deserves everything he gets, the pervert. No, I don't want to see him. I hope he rocks. And Kevin, you were shitting once for Warriors.
They didn't press any charges. All I wanted to do was make a film about a place I loved. Give something back to New Zealand.
10 minutes ago and there he was. Don't know how long he's been here though.
Well, he's lost it and just completely spun out.
Hey Bob.
Lost everything. Business, house. Wife's left me.
It's a fair few sticks of dynamite. It's going to pack one hell of a wallet.
That's not dynamite, is it? That's plastic explosives.
No. You don't get plastic explosives on sticks like that.
This isn't the way, Bob. Well, you can't give up. You've got to keep fighting, eh?
Don't come any closer. Still, it's no bloody justice. This is the only bloody justice I'm going to get.
You do this, no one's going to listen to you. They'll just write you off, and believe me, you're not going to achieve anything. So just come down, eh? Just come on down, we'll get through this.
I just want them to know, that's all.
I know, mate. Come on.
Ready, Bob?
How about you chuck us a detonator, eh?
Bob, what are you doing? Oh, come on, love. Let's get home.
So no.
On you, mate.
Put the gun down.
Oh, it's him again.
I repeat, put the gun down.
It's not me! Please, I spent bloody ages trying to do that. Fuck it! Oh, Jesus Christ!
And following an incident last week in Ureroa in which a public statue was destroyed, the town is back in the news again. It appears the shellfish, gooey duck, which has been hailed as a natural alternative to Viagra, has disappeared from local shellfish beds. Tribal leader Matthew Kutu, whose iwi trust has a share interest in the shellfish, today lashed out at what he called gross mismanagement of the resource.
It's just one more example of how the Pākehā have deprived us of our traditional food sources. But
We'll be leaving Ureroa just as soon as the house is sold.
Bank selling the house. Mortgagee sale.
We've lost everything. The council is even trying to invoice Bob for the statue. We'll probably move to Hamilton. It's going to be hard for Bob and myself to get work, but whatever the future holds, it can't be as bad as what we've been through.
We've still got each other.
There's nothing left to say, really. My film career is basically over, in this country anyways. That's what I need to do. Is to move on from what happened and try to find some sort of life for myself.
All right, Mr. Smith?
Yeah.
Are you quite sure about this? This sort of therapy hasn't really been used since the 60s.
I've tried everything else.
All right. Would you just like to sign this release form?
Been a very effective moving and shaking team in New Zealand's interest, and I feel very pleased to have these.
When it comes to our electoral system, Jenny Shipley believes we can't take a punt.
I am personally keen to see that we cut tax once again. I am here because I want to improve the prosperity of New Zealanders. The way forward is one that is laced with security and prosperity, because that's where the next wave of prosperity lies in New Zealand. New prosperity and new security for New Zealanders to be more prosperous and to be more secure. And this government use that prosperity to deliver the security.
This program was made with funding from New Zealand On Air.